What's up, guys? Welcome to the world of Cyber Hex. I'm going to give you a quick rundown on what you're getting with the game here, what the cards are, and how to play. First off, if you bought the battle deck, you're going to get your box with instruction manual. Got all the rules in there for you. A little reference guide on the back, how to lay out your cards to keep things nice and easy. And then you get 50 cards, 50 unique cards. And there's a couple things that make them unique. One is every card in here is going to be different, but the other bit is the back. We'll get to that here in a little bit. The back of the card is actually part of the game. So a different kind of cards that you can get will be like your character cards. That's going to be the main thing that you're playing with. Like here we have Grindel. He's a dragonkin. And on the card, you can see he has hit points. He has an attack value, a recovery value, and then special thing about him is he's a warrior. He can attack twice per turn instead of preparing. And then as a hack is a special ability. He can add 2 physical damage for this attack. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. So we'll go and put him in the center. Some of the other cards you can get would be like an item card that you could equip. So this item here will regenerate either 1 additional hit point or 1 additional energy at the start of your turn. We'll go ahead and equip that there. Here we have a weapon card. These will add attack damage to your attacks. This one has an ability as well. Attacks with this weapon will damage 2 creatures. So if there happen to be other creatures on the field, it'll attack multiple creatures. Very cool. That's the wrong slot. We'll put that over there. Instead of attacking, you could also cast a hex. Hexes are like spells. Here, same thing. All these cards are going to have sort of like what they're about and what they do, and then a hack ability. Talk about hacks at the end. That you would just play straight from your hand. You could have a one-time use item. Like here we have a potion of stone skin. Or a weapon accessory like this, the light cell. Cells could be added to weapons, and they add that specific energy damage to that weapon. Those are going to be the main ones, but every now and then you might get a special weapon like this. Here we have the air blade. You can see that it'll add 2 air damage to an attack. So instead of physical damage, it's actually adding like air elemental damage. But then they've got these little symbols underneath. And if you use energy, you can power up this weapon and do these special attacks instead. So very cool. So you could use that instead of the war sword. We're going to keep the war sword down for now. And last but not least, as far as kind of cards that you can get, this is an armor card, Spike Armor. That's going to help us. Whenever somebody attacks us, they're going to take damage themselves. The way the game starts, we're going to use these cards here as an example, but the way the game starts is it's going to be you versus one other person, and you're going to reveal cards from the deck until you get a character card, and that's who you're going to play as. Then, shuffle your cards again, and deal yourself 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, and however many hit points you have, top of the card, you see is pink, those represent hit points. So we're going to deal out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we're going to put out our hit points over here. And then we're going to put our draw pile over here. Keep everything nice and clean. So if it's my first turn, there are really 4 steps to a turn. The first step is the recovery phase. And if you're just starting the game, if this is the first round, there's really not much to recover. Recovering is more so after your opponent has taken their turn. But let's say we were in that situation. I just got attacked. Now it's my turn. If there's any start of turn effects, we're going to resolve those now. So if I was on fire and I am supposed to take 2 fire damage at the start of my turn, then I would take away hit points for that, put it in my trash pile. But the other thing is the recovering part of it is if I did lose hit points. So let's say I did lose 2 hit points. Those go into my trash pile over here. Kind of hard to see. I'm going to put that here for now just so you can see it. With Grindel, he can recover 1 hit point, or energy. So I can recover one card from my trash pile and either play it as a hit point or play it as energy. I'm just going to play it as energy for now. No real reason other than sake of showing you that. I then draw one card. I got one more card in my hand. Perfect. Now it's the prepare phase. I could play one energy card. What does that mean? Well, I could play any card from my hand as energy. So if there's a card in my hand that I can't really use, let's just say, for instance, I'm not planning on playing any hexes this hand or this game. It's not going to be part of my strategy. This card might seem kind of worthless. So what I could do is I could flip it upside down and play that that blue side up as energy. And then later, like if I equip the air blade later, I now have 2 energy. I could cast that spell called It's Alive. And that lets me, it says choose one card of your choice from your trash pile and put it back in your deck. Shuffle. So there's different abilities like that that require energy. So you may not need it right now, but if you wanted to start stockpiling, prepare phase, you're going to play one energy card if you want to. Then I could play one card like equip an item or drink a potion. So I'm going to go ahead and give Grindel the War Sword. Next is the action phase. I can either attack my enemy or play a hex. So if I was going to do an attack, Grindel, I've already prepared this phase. His ability is it says can attack twice per turn instead of preparing. Well, I already prepared. I gave him a weapon. So I can only attack once. I would attack my enemy for the 1 value he's got here, plus 2. So that's 3 damage. So I'd hit my opponent for 3 damage. They would remove hit points and they would put it in their trash pile. If that just happened to me and I got hit for 3 damage, then I would have to take 3 hit points and put it over in my trash pile. Now hexes are a little bit different. So instead of attacking on my turn, I can play a hex card. So for here, we have one called Suggestion. Target 1 creature for each energy spent. That's the little hexagon there. Targets cannot attack until your next turn. For an additional energy, 1 target deals its attack damage to another target that you choose. So if you really wanted to, you can make a target attack itself. That requires energy though. So I would need 1 energy to be able to target somebody. Then I would need 1 more energy. So if I just spent the 1, they can't attack until their next turn. I'm sorry, until my next turn. So for an additional energy, I could say, hey, when it's your turn, you're going to hit yourself or hit somebody else. Very powerful, but you got to strategize. You got to make sure that you have enough energy to do it. Otherwise, you can't use it. After you cast the hex, it all goes into your trash pile. Then from there, the last bit is to resolve. So if there are any effects that could last to the end of the turn, so let's say maybe I was poisoned or something and I had to take poison by the end of the turn or whatever it may be from the cards, I would resolve that. Whether it's draw a card, lose a card, whatever it is, you take care of that. Double check your hand to make sure it wasn't anything else that you were going to do. End of your turn. Now there's one last thing to talk about. Because these cards are special. There's 3 ways that you can play them. One is the intended way. Like Grindel here, we played him as our character. He has that ability to attack twice per turn instead of preparing. Or he can be played as energy, right? To power up a spell. Like if that was in my hand and I couldn't play it, I could play it as energy. Or last but not least, I can use him as a hack. I can hack the system. So at any point during my turn, up until the end of my opponent's turn, I can play 1 hack card, unless I have some special ability that lets me do more. What that means is I can interrupt the game and play this card or any other card. Most cards have a hack and use that effect. Like this air blade will block all damage and then it will deal 1 air damage to your opponent. Grindel, if he was in my hand, he's going to add 2 physical damage to this attack. So it's not the intended purpose. It's like not the main reason to use the card. But in a pinch, this card not only can be played as energy to power up another spell, you could also play it from your hand. For instance, like the light cell. This is normally something that you equip on your weapon to give it additional damage. But in this case, if I play this, I can completely evade an attack. Doesn't matter what it is. I can just play that. It's a powerful item. It's always going to give me a damage boost if I played it as normal. But if I play it for my hand as a hack, completely dodge that attack. Very powerful card. So you can see here how just basically attacking something is like the meat and potatoes of the game. But very quickly, there's a lot of strategies. You got to take time to study these cards, because even though the steps are very basic, there's a lot of strategy built into what you can do. The game goes on until someone has lost all of their hit points. They can't recover anymore. They've been knocked down, knocked out. You become the victor, and you can brag to your buddies that you won.